Make sure to check out our sponsor, Cell Phone Buyers Recyclers. They want to buy your cell phone old, broken, or you're just trying to get rid of it. You can contact them right at the number on the screen, text or call. Also, their social media and website is in the description if that's more convenient. If you share their social media accounts on social media, get a chance to win an iPhone. Go check them out. All right, man. 49ers retired their first black player's jersey in 88 years and only a second player jersey throughout the franchise history. Let's talk about Bobby Mitchell, number 49 jersey, and some of the racist history with the Washington Redskins. And why now, you must ask. I will get into all of that. Appreciate everybody for checking in. Don't forget, check out our NFL playlist for more videos like this. And it's a reason why this is happening now, and I'm going to articulate this. Now, Bobby Mitchell has an interesting history of getting messed over by the Washington Redskins. His 49 jersey is finally going to be retired. They also renaming the seating section out after him. It used to be named after their owner, George Preston Marshall, who was a known racist, okay? George Preston Marshall refused to acquire a black player. He was the last NFL team to integrate a black player into its franchise until federal officials deny the Redskins to play at wherever they was playing. Was it RKF Field? You know, when he was almost denied refusal for his team to play in the stadium, he did acquire Bobby Mitchell from the Cleveland Browns. So he had to put a gun to his head. So there's so many racial aspects of the Redskins. One, the name, which I'm gonna kind of build up to that. And two, they had a whole seat section named after a racist owner. I don't care how many championships or what he bought and what he brought to the table. You telling me this dude then went through a couple owners and they had not only a racist or racial insensitive team named the Redskins, they also had a seat section named after a racist owner who didn't want to integrate a black player and who went on to be a great Redskin for 7 seasons. They called him the most electric player to this day in the DC area, Washington Redskin franchise, excuse me. So, you know, he passed away April 5th, so he's not going to be able to get his flowers. And it don't surprise me. They waited till this man had died. Not only did this man, you know, bring explosiveness to the field as a flanker, he also worked in the front office. Now, his story was he worked in the front office, and the owner before Dan Snyder passed him up for a general manager position. It was on 2002 or 2003 or something like that. He decided to walk away after getting messed over by the Redskins franchise for the general manager position. Then 2002, however the time frame went, Steve Spurrier, the old ball coach, came in and he gave his number to a player. And the player must have not been good because his name ain't named in the article. So at the end of the day, it was just disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Very, very disrespectful. They gave his number away. They passed up on him for a job. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, he said he was good in the community. He was good on the field. He was an outstanding man. But it just shows you can do everything right in life. You know what I'm saying? You can try to be the best father you can be. You can try to be the best son you could be. You can try to be the best employee you could be, the best football player, the best doctor, the best lawyer. You know, you can try your best, but your best ain't good enough. Just because you do everything right or the best of your ability don't mean you're going to get praised while you're alive. And on Father's Day, a lot of men face that. A lot of men, when they die, then their kids want to start giving them their flowers. Then their family want to start giving them their flowers. You know what I'm saying? Or when their sons become a man and they understand what their fathers are going through, then, you know, then they want to sympathize with them. So, you know, being a man is tough. You know, Bobby Mitchell's situation is really, really tough because, you know, he went through it. You know what I'm saying? He went through the ringer. He did everything they asked him to do. He played ball. He worked his way up through the organization, only not to see the day where his jersey was retired. Only not to see the day where he had a seat section named after him. You know, it's sad. It's sad. He had to die. He had to die for that to happen. And now his wife is still alive, and she better carry on. They asked Doug Williams, who also working in the front office. You know, he said it's sad that he couldn't get his flowers while he was here. And you got to ask yourself, man, the Washington Redskin organization, we talked about the Cowboys yesterday. I was going to call them the Raccoon Boys. And how, you know, Jerry McCoy called out Jerry Jones. But the Redskin fans ain't got no room to laugh or no room for error. They franchise just as racist and despicable to this day That's the Dallas Cowboys. Where's Dan Snyder been speaking out about this? Everybody changing their brand name. Uncle Ben, Aunt Jemima, Eskimo Bar. Some Eskimo ice cream changed their name. Cream of Wheat man gone. You know what I'm saying? Cream of Wheat, y'all need to bring back the Cream of Wheat when y'all get the new man with the apple cinnamon. That shit bang. But nor here nor there. You know, and he's refusing to change the name. So instead of changing the name, now what he gonna do? It's all smoke and mirrors. It's like, you know, it's like the government. They give you a distraction to distract you from what's really going on. And what's really going on, he trying to make a splash, but he can give a fuck about Bobby Mitchell. He can care less about retiring a black person number because he ain't did it yet. All the black players that came through the Washington Redskins, which I don't know their history like that. But I do know they was a proud franchise and they won some championships. You know, was in the 80s, the 90s or something like that. So there had to be some black prominent players on the Redskins. You know what I'm saying? I don't even remember like Fred Smoot, Clinton Portis, Santana Moss. That's kind of why I'm not like a hardcore Washington Redskin fan. But I know I'll get a Skins fan in the comment section that's going to name some really, really good players. The cornerback over there, he played really good. At the end, I think Deion played when he was older over there, I think. But, you know, I'm pretty sure they had all fantastic black players. But right now, the only reason he's retiring, you know, Bobby Mitchell's jersey right now is to take the focus off changing the name. It's a lot of pressure right now with Black Lives Matter going on. It's a lot of pressure with a lot of people rebranding not only black names. Like I said, they rebranded the Eskimo ice cream bar name. So it's a lot of pressure on him to change the name. And now it's back again. Every time he faced backlash on changing the name, he just continued to refuse to change the Washington Redskin name. And now what he's doing is he's going to strip Preston Marshall of his seat, you know, section being named after him, give it to a black man, retire a black jersey so he can get praise or it can take the attention off of him not changing the Washington Redskin name. And no, at the end of the day, I don't know what they can change it to. You know what I'm saying? I don't. The Tomahawks, I don't know what they can change it to, but I see what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? And Dan Snyder has took a proud franchise and just turned it upside down. You know, don't do something that you don't really mean. You just doing it out of desperation to take the playoff away off of you having to change the name. He can give a hell about Bobby Mitchell. He probably don't even know who Bobby Mitchell is for real. He probably had to Wikipedia him about that. Dan Snyder is like one of the worst owners in football. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that he a racist or nothing because he love him some black quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying? Dan Snyder, if you black, he gonna get you. He done got Donovan Mitchell. He done got RG3. He done drafted Dwayne Haskins. He done fired people over Dwayne Haskins and the people that didn't believe him. So one thing about Dan Snyder, I wish the rest of the league loved black quarterbacks like him. Because if Dak Prescott played for the Redskins and he played like he did with the Cowboys, Dan Snyder don't have no problem paying black quarterbacks and retaining them and keeping them. He loved him some black quarterbacks. So we can't say that about him. So we're going to talk about the good, the bad, the ugly. So you got to talk about all three phases. But I see what he's doing. If he don't want, if they want the name change so bad, well, they need to go to Roger Goodell. He got all this power. You know what I'm saying? You need to go to all 31 of the other football owners to get him to change his name. But it's so messed up that for us to get our flowers, it got to be able to take a distraction or play away, or it got to take for a black man like George Floyd, a black woman like Breonna Taylor, Drayshawn Reed, and Ahmaud Arbery to lose their life for people to start changing the brand names. This has been over hundreds and hundreds since 1800s of slapping us in the face with racial brand names and with insensitive things, and we so numb to it now that it's just the norm. It's the norm for the black society. You still buying Aunt Jemima, you still buying Cream of Wheat, you still buying Uncle Ben rice, and it's a slap to the face. It's almost worse than wearing Gucci, almost with the blackface. It's blatant racial insensitivity. I'm still trying to warm up today, but it's very insensitive to the black people, and we so numb to it because we just losing our touch for our blackness. We take blatant disrespect. It's a lot of people that say, like Jay Farrell, the comedian. He said, I've never experienced racism until the LAPD racially profiled me. It's a lot of people that been experienced racism and don't even know it. Or just numb to it. You know, so at the end of the day, congratulations to Bobby Marshall. I know he's somewhere sitting high, looking down, wishing he could be here, man. Hopefully his wife be able to, be around and, with all the quarantine and be able to accept this and it don't be virtual. Hopefully they wait till fans come back, and maybe if it's next year, they can hold a real, thing where she can come and they can retire his jersey and it'll be good for him. But it took too long, man, too long. And this man, in the same man, he taking over his seat section, the same dude that didn't even want to integrate black. So at the end of the day, we not far from that. You know what I'm saying? We not far from that. You know what I'm saying? These owners are just as racist as Preston was. George Preston Marshall was. They just doing it in a different level today. But hey, it is what it is. Let me know what you guys think. Salute to Bobby Marshall. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You reach out if you got business, question, inquiry, response, video request. Want to make a donation to the channel? Cash App, PayPal, description. Best way to donate is share the videos one time for the one time. It's your boy CJ Goodfield. And check out our NFL playlist for more videos like this. We gone.